Today we are going to discuss regarding iron absorption. How this iron is going to get absorbed in our body and what type of natural source it is available and what is the recommendation source of the same iron for every individual. So before we start this session, I request you those who not subscribe, please subscribe the channel and continue to watch so that you will get more videos related to medical representatives, science and the background, what they needed. Many of the top brands which is available in the market contains iron. And how these irons are going to absorb. To know this, first we will come to know how this iron source is available in natural. The iron source is available in two form. One is in ferrous form, that is heme iron. It will be present maximum in the non-vegetarian source. That means the source which has very good blood flows. Example beef, pork, fish and chicken. And non-heme iron, that is in the ferric form, that will be available in vegetable source such as spinach, peas, lentils, white beans, eggs and all those vegetarian source. What is this major difference between veg and non-veg source iron? Veg source need external resource to absorb, whereas animal source can be easily absorbed by the human body, so that sufficient amount of iron will be taken by human if they are non-vegetarian. Whereas for vegetarian, they have to add vitamin C rich foods such as lemon, so that will increases the absorption of iron. Let's see what is happening to this iron when you intake through orally. When you intake through orally, it will go to our small intestine. In small intestine, we should know three layers. So this first layer is called as intestinal lumen, and the second layer is called as intestinal epithelium or enterocyte, and the third layer is the blood vessels. So before we try to understand this concept, we should aware about some important terms such as duodenal cytochrome B. It is a protein which reduces the iron into ferric into ferrous form. One of the greatest confusion which happened among the candidates, particularly medical rep and science students, is which one should be named as ferrous and which one should be named as ferric. So whenever we say us, that means two. So generally we say us means two, right? Husband and wife and lovers. So the us stands for two. So Fe2 plus is ferrous and Fe3 plus is ferric, right? And another important thing what you should know is a transporter. The name itself says that it transport the metal. Divalent metal transporter. That means it is going to transfer only two valent metal. So what is the two valent metal here? Ferrous into the enterocyte, right? Let's see what is going to happen one by one. When your iron enter into the small intestine, it will get contact with the enterocyte protein, that is duodenal cytochrome B. This duodenal cytochrome B reduce this ferric into ferrous, that is 2 plus, that is divalent. This 2 plus ferrous will enter into the root, that is a gate, that is divalent metal transporter, so that it can enter into the enterocyte, that is inside the cell. Cyte means cell, right? So inside the cell it will enter. Inside the cell it will be available in two form. One will be in the form of bounded, another one will be in the form of free, right? The bounded form will be in the form of ferritin, ferrin, right? For bounded form will be in the form of ferritin. The free form, that is Fe2 plus will be transported through this transport point that is ferroportin. Ferroportin. So this ferroport transport this free Fe2 plus into your blood vessel. When it enter into the blood vessel, the level of ferrous in the blood will get increased so that your bone will release an enzyme called as transferrin. So how this bone will release an enzyme? By sensing the level of ferrous in your blood vessels. So now this transferrin will transport this ferrous into all the parts of the body. When the same ferrous reach to the liver with the transferrin, the liver cell, that is hepatocyte, will sense this and they will identify that sufficient amount of ferrous is available in the blood, so there is no need for any transport. So to once it senses that, it will release an enzyme called as hepcidin. Hence, it is released from the hepatocyte. That is, hepatocyte is the cells of liver. The enzyme is called as hepcidin. So this hepcidin will block this ion channel, that is ferroportin. So no more ion will release into the blood vessel. So now all the ion will settle down in your enterocyte only, and this enterocyte replace iron every 3 days, and whatever the stored excess iron will be sent through your fecus, that is stool, through the large intestine. So this is a very simple mechanism to understand. You should understood this first. How whatever you are eating, you are taking orally, the iron source will enter into the small intestine, and when it get contact with duodenal cytochrome B, it get reduced to ferrous, and this ferrous enter into the enterocyte through divalent metal transporter, and this metal transporter allow this ferrous inside the cell, and inside the cell the ferrous will be stored in the form of ferritin, or it will be transported into the blood vessel in the form of ferrous. So the transporter name is ferroportin. Based on the amount of ferrous, your bones secrete an enzyme called as transferrin, and transferrin, when you take this to liver, liver sends the amount of iron in our blood, and when it goes excess, it secrete an enzyme called as hepcidin, and hepcidin blocks the ferroportin. So whatever happened and whatever stored in the form of excess form in our enterocyte will be replaced every 3 days through the fecus in the form of stool. So please remember this, a simple mechanism of iron absorption. Many of the top brands available in the market like Dex Orange, right? All these brands work on this same procedure only, right? Now, what is the recommended daily source of iron? When you are very small, the baby is 0 to 6 months, per day it need only 0.27 milligram. But when the baby start growing, the amount of iron need is also get increased, right? When the baby enter into the teen, if it is a female, she need more because of the menstrual period, menstrual cycle and periods. And the same, she enter into the adulthood or pregnancy, she need more, 27 milligram per day, right? At the same way, when they reach 51 plus, the amount of iron need will also get decreased in our body. So this is a simple summary of iron and its source. Iron is available in two forms, ferrous and ferric. The ferrous form is available in non-vegetarian source so that it will be easily absorbed in our body. So those who are vegetarian, they have to take in the form of ferric. And the ferric will enter into the body and then get converted into ferrous and then enter into the blood cycle. So this is regarding iron and its absorption. So thank you for listening, and in case if you need any other videos to be discussed in simple language, please be in connect, and I will be definitely help you to understand the concept. So thank you for listening. Have a nice day.